Welcome to Jam Central at the Dignity Health Event Center. I'm your host, Renelle Geiser. This episode will be focused around the holidays, and we're calling it Giving Thanks with the Jam. The Bakersfield Jam players and staff kicked off their Thanksgiving celebration by Jam partner Valley Republic Bank hosting a Thanksgiving luncheon for them. Let's take a look into how the luncheon went with the Bakersfield Jam players and staff at Valley Republic Bank, and hear a few Thanksgiving testimonials from the Bakersfield Jam players and Bruce J. Bruce, what does Thanksgiving mean to you?
Boy, it means a lot. I think all of us, we're in a busy stage of life, and we run so hard. Thanksgiving is just a good reminder just to slow down a little bit and think about the things that we really should be thankful for, which is a lot. We have been so blessed, individually, as a company, as a city, as a nation, and just to be thankful for the blessings that we have. It's good that we have a national holiday that kind of helps. I know the genesis of it is probably a little bit different and everything. It means something different to every individual. It is a special time of year, family, just to celebrate what we're thankful for.
Exactly. So, Valley Republic has been doing this for 5 years for the Bakersfield Jam.
Right.
Why do you guys continue to do this? What does it mean for you and the staff to put this on for the Jam?
Well, we're a partner with the Jam. Myself and my other executives, we usually go to most every game that we have tickets for, and stand and favor customers of the bank. And so we've had a strong affiliation since day one. But you can't not go, you can't be excited, not be excited about the Jam if you go to the game. And I like to take people who've never been before, and they just cannot believe how talented these guys are, and what a great sporting venue it is. I tell people this is the best health secret in Bakersfield. And so we've had a strong affiliation for 5 or 6 years now. And Bill McLaughlin, he told the players a little bit earlier, he was in the Air Force for a few years, went away from his family on holidays, and he remembered that, and got to thinking about the Jam players. They come in from all over, they don't know each other, they don't have family here, they've got good games, and so he had the idea maybe we could just do something here and talked to employees about it. Everybody was excited, and so we tried it the first year, and it's a big success. It's fun.
It is really fun. It's a great opportunity for you guys to mingle and chat with the players and show how good you are.
And those guys can go through more food than any 15.
They can. We're going to go for thirds, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will.
Okay.
And we would have to-go containers, so if there's any left over, they can buy it. There won't be a scrap of food left when they leave here, which is cool.
Great. What's your favorite Thanksgiving memory?
Boy, probably goes back to my childhood. I grew up on a dairy farm in very rural western Kansas, and Thanksgiving was always a time that aunts and uncles and cousins got together. We just spent time as family. There wasn't out on a farm, there wasn't anything to go quite with. The women all cooked and had great meals, and we just spent the entire day together as family. We were playing cards, piano singing, old-time gospel songs or whatever, and we did that every year. And I have some, of course my parents are gone now, and so I have very special and good memories when I was young, Thanksgiving at home.
There you go.
What's your guys' favorite memory from Thanksgiving? What's one you guys cherish the most around the holidays?
Well, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I'm serious though. Every 7 years, my birthday is actually on Thanksgiving. So when I was younger, my favorite Thanksgiving was we went to Illinois with my family. All day, man. And so those are just real special memories. We try to get with a lot of family and friends, and the year was my birthday. That was my favorite holiday and birthday because I got gifts galore. So that's my favorite memory.
Just football in the mornings. We have like a football thing. It's called the wine bowl. And all the players from the neighborhood will play football 2-3 hours. Come home, eat. The memories. Well, mainly just football playing in the snow until I got injured and not leaving alone. That was probably my favorite football.
What about you, Derek?
It's just family time. I love my family a lot, and all our events we get all our family together. I have a pretty big family. My favorite Thanksgiving memories come from just kind of what Doe was saying. We play football in the morning. It's cold outside, and you get the whole family together. And it's like almost a family reunion at that dinner, and everybody's bringing in their dishes. You got your favorite dishes, your least favorite dishes. I always got that one auntie that can't cook. Worth a dime every time.
TK, I love you, TK, but just bring that macaroni no more.
I love that one out the box. That one dish that is just there at the end of the night.
Nobody has
and
touched
everything
it.
else is just
I'm
gone.
there too with that macaroni. No, TK, no.
I'm here with three of Bakersfield Jam's finest, Xavier, Jordan, and Tarico. We're here to talk about Thanksgiving this evening. You guys, can you share some of your fondest memories from Thanksgiving as a youth, please? Eating. That's great.
The only thing I can
Eating. What's your favorite dish?
dress
Dressing. Yeah. Cranberry sauce on the side. Or
drink crust.
a little burnt crust. Yeah, I like my crust a little dark as well. How about you, Xavier? Nice. A little hot sauce on the collard greens. Absolutely, man. Jordan?
Macaroni and cheese and pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. See, I'm a sweet potato pie type of guy, but I can dig the pumpkin pie. Okay. What about some of your fondest memories from Thanksgiving?
Just being around family. When I was young, I used to be in the house. Everybody was, the food was being prepared.
Oh, absolutely.
Try everything.
Yeah.
So
See,
I used to be full before Thanksgiving even started.
how about you?
Just being around family makes everything better. Family.
Absolutely. Tarico?
I want to make it.
Yeah, I mean, Thanksgiving's all about family, and it's kind of like a family reunion every year. So I understand.
Did you ask what does Thanksgiving mean?
Oh, yeah. So, how about, can you tell me what Thanksgiving really means to you?
Just time to be thankful for everything that you have in life, all your blessings that God gave you, being around family. Just be thankful for everything that you have.
Being grateful, being thankful for everything that you have, realizing that it could be a lot worse.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you again, Valley Republic Bank, for such a delicious luncheon. Stay tuned for our next segment, Jam Playbook, where I have Director of Basketball Operations Dylan Debusk here with us today. How was your transition from assistant coach with the Jam to now the Director of Basketball Operations with the team been?
It's been good. It's obviously a much different position as an assistant coach and the video coordinator. I was dealing with the players more on a day-to-day basis, and I was doing a lot of video work, preparing for the season. As in my current position, it's a front office position, so there's much more administrative responsibility. There's a little bit more responsibility in managing people. I wasn't managing people as much as I am now, and it's been different, but it's been good. It's a good experience. It's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to get into the front office, so the transition's been good. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know about, but so far
You're learning as you go.
I'm learning as I go, and so far I think I've done a good job of taking care of my responsibilities. Of course, with the help from Natalia and Bubba and Lewis, who have been great resources for myself, along with Brian Levy, who I've been able to ask questions to when questions arise regarding different rules and such that go along with being in the front office in the D-League.
Great. Let's see here. How do your responsibilities now in your role differ from your responsibilities that you had last season?
Yeah, the biggest difference is just probably the film and the video breakdown. I was spending the majority of my time watching other teams and cutting up games and clipping out plays of individual players and the teams and our team as well. And I was doing that all the time, and I was coaching as well. And now I really don't interact with that side nearly as much. I'm around the players, and I'm much more in an evaluation role when it comes to the basketball side of things. So it's quite a bit different. Some things I do now I was still doing when I was in that other position, but it's much more in depth, and that's where I spend the majority of my time on basketball-wise, is handling doing some scouting and stuff like that.
What lessons or experiences from your previous positions that you have held do you carry in your position that you hold now?
I think a lot of it is just gained basketball knowledge. You learn you have different experiences, and you learn from those experiences what things work and don't work basketball-wise. And then I try to take an approach that's very broad and have a broad perspective, and try to think about things from a coach's perspective, from a team manager's perspective, and then from my perspective. So I try to use the different positions that I've been in as a way to evaluate how I think everybody is performing, or how everything's being handled, or what they might be having difficulty with that maybe they're not telling me right now, or how I can help somebody. I think a lot of the experience comes from that perspective that I've had in the different roles.
Great. What do you aspire to be in the future? Like, what is your main goal that you're reaching for in your career?
Yeah, my main goal is to be a general manager of an NBA team one day. That's something that I've kind of had in my head for a while, probably since I figured out that playing basketball professionally wasn't really in the cards for me. So ever since that time, I don't know, I always enjoyed kind of the evaluation side of that, and I've got a business background, and I enjoy the numbers side, and so I think it kind of works together to a degree in that position, and it's just something that I've always found interesting and always wanted to do, and that's why I started working in basketball, and I hope to hopefully get there one day. And I'm lucky to be in this position and be fortunate enough to get a front office spot this early. I didn't know how anything you don't know how anything's going to play out, and I've been lucky so far.
Great. Well, I'm sure we'll see you there in a few years, Dylan.
Well, thank you. I hope so.
Well, thank you for stopping by, and we will be right back with my one-on-one locker room talk with Derek Cooke Jr. Now we are moving on to our one-on-one locker room talk with forward Derek Cooke Jr. that I have with us today. Thank you for being with us, Derek.
My pleasure.
How are you doing today?
Very good, and you?
Good, thank you. Okay, so let's dive right into this. Now, Derek, you have a very unique story in regards to how your basketball career started. You've only been playing for 4 years, so can you just tell us where that story began?
About 4 or 5 years ago, I graduated from high school, and I was playing football in high school, but I was shorter then, about 6'3", much smaller, 145. So I didn't have a promising career looking forward in football, so I kind of had to let it go. And I remember just having good grades, but not having the money to transition right into college. So me and my mom talked it over, and I just decided to take a year off from school, get my money right. So I ended up applying for 2 jobs at Target and Hollister. I applied for other jobs. Those are the 2 I got. Got those 2 jobs and just working both of them simultaneously. And over time, I guess, I started getting taller in this transition, and I grew about 4 or 5 inches that year.
Oh, wow.
So I went from about 6'3" to 6'7", 6'8", and it was different. My mom, everybody was around me could tell you, me personally, I didn't feel anything, but my knees hurt a little bit, but the people around me were like, did you get taller?
Yeah, there's something different.
I'm like, no, I didn't get taller. And then like I started noticing my pants and stuff getting smaller. But I'm thinking it's like the wash. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just I'm washing it in too hot of water.
So that's what it was. And then I kind of realized that I started getting taller one day. My mom said I was eating cereal, but I was eating on top of the refrigerator. So she was like, that's when she knew I had gotten taller. And then we did a physical and seen that I grew 4 or 5 inches in that year. So then while I'm working these 2 jobs still, I kind of, my older brother is like the pure athlete, and like he always plays all types of sports. So he was playing basketball at this gym, and he's like, would you want to come play with me? And I'm just like, you know, I don't like football. I mean, for football we can do that. I mean, we don't like basketball, but if you want to go play football, we can do that. And he's like, just come out and see how you feel. And then I would go out there. We do play like a couple pickup games. And then one day, I run into one of his friends there named Sean Thompson. A guy who's part of, at that time, a group called like Amen. And it's like just a religious group for kids that were getting out of school and just didn't want to be on the streets. They just wanted to get themselves involved. He was like, you ever played basketball before? I'm like, nah, I mean, I'm a football fan. Like, he's like, just do me a favor. Just come to a couple of my workouts, free of charge, and we'll see how you like it.
That's great.
So when I first started doing it, I mean, I didn't hate it, but like, I mean, I couldn't really dunk. I could get up and like get the ball over the rim, but it wasn't exciting as it is now.
Yeah.
And he was just like, we're going to work on things day by day. It's a process. And we would just do like little drills with like heavy balls and just different drills to just kind of get my like athleticism more coordinated. So then one day after like maybe a few months of training with him, he's like, you ever thought about playing college basketball? I'm like, I mean, of course not. I mean, college football, yeah, college basketball, no. He's like, well, I have this junior college coach coming in to recruit this kid named Devon Branch, who was from Baltimore at the time. And he's like, just come work out and see how you feel. I'm like, okay. So I come to the workout, and there's like maybe 6 or 7 of us, and the coach picks me 2 guys. Devon Branch, of course, who was recruiting, and he asked me if I want to come play for him. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you're gonna pay for me to go to school? Like, of course I'll go. So I tell my mom. My mom's really excited. She called everybody in her family. And like that junior college was Cloud County in Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was a coach Chad Eshbach. We just called him Coach E. And it was like he just took a chance on me because he didn't see a basketball talent. He just seen a good kid from a trouble situation. He was like, I'm gonna help this kid out, and whatever happens from it happens. But it's an opportunity. So that first year, I kind of redshirted at Cloud, and it was tough. I was running. I was having to do a lot of stuff. Like, my conditioning was nowhere where it is now. So it was just frustrating, just learning the game of basketball and still having to do all the conditioning and stuff, and then not being able to play because it was a redshirt year. Yeah. So at that point, I thought about quitting a couple of times, but I thought to myself, like, I mean, I promised my mom to get her out of the situation she's in. So in order to do that, I gotta
stick it out. Things will get better. Yeah.
That's what I had to do. So I did that for that year, redshirt year. Then I played the next year, and I had an okay season with just a rebounder, drop size, stuff like that. So then this got the attention of like Wyoming and other schools. I got bigger schools too and other schools, but Wyoming was the one that stuck out because their coaching staff was so adamant in getting me. They said the head coach, essentially assistant coach, the other assistant coach. People called me on the phone every day. There was one day the coach's son, Jeremy Shyatt, came out just to hang out with me. Like, it wasn't a basketball workout. It was like, I just wanted to come hang out with me. So like just how persistent they were made me really consider them. And then I went on a visit, and it was cold on my visit in April. It was snowing in April. I can't, like April 21st, I'll never forget this day. Snowing in April, and like it was sunny the next day, like it never snowed.
Crazy.
And so when I went to Wyoming, it was definitely a big transition for me, but I figured out how to just kind of handle it. And with the adversity of just growing with that team and some of the guys I met my best friend, Charles Henderson Jr., who to this day has been the biggest inspiration for me, because every day he's calling me, hey, how you doing, kid? Like, are you working out? What you did better at what you gave? It's like, it's amazing when you go to places like that and you meet certain people that just change your life. So the whole transition for basketball for me has just been like that. Like, I've never been a basketball talent, but just everywhere I've gone, I've met somebody who's looked at me and said, you have a lot to you, and I'm going to help you reach that potential. Even here, like I get here 2 weeks ago, head coaches don't know me, assistant coaches don't know me, but they look at me like I could be the biggest thing in the world. And like I love that about this team because everybody's pushing players. Guys ask me, come work out with me this summer, and just like for somebody who's new to the game of basketball,
It's a great feeling.
It definitely is.
Yeah. Oh, that's an awesome story. So take us back. When did you start playing football? And when did you find your love for it?
Football was very young. I was about maybe 7 or 8 when I started playing football. I was playing for a team called Glen Ridge Falcons. And that was like my first team. And I wasn't as good then when I was younger, but every year I got better at something. So then by I think my best years were 9th, 10th grade, and I was kind of doing both high school football and Pop Warner football. And just really just excelling as a player and an athlete. That's when the passion really came right in that middle school, high school era. And then towards the end, the passion was still there, but I went to Friendly High School. It was my third high school I went to, so the transition into high schools and all that made the passion football tougher because I'm going into a new system and they already have their favorite players and stuff like that. So when I went to Friendly, I was a wide receiver, tight end, but they were a school that had other wide receivers in the tight ends, and then they had running backs, the Hayden that everybody knows, like Joe Hayden's in the NFL, Josh Hayden and Jordan Hayden were very good players, but I don't know where they are now, but they were just great players. So, I mean, I was a good player, but I wasn't as good as they were, so I kind of faded into the shadows right around that time, and then that's when all the stuff kind of started happening.
So, do you have any favorite memories from playing football or anything special from that time when you were out there on the field?
I miss being able to hit people and just being out there. The pre-games are the best because you're getting all uniformed up and you're putting on all your gear. And you look in the mirror, you look like a beast almost. Just that feeling of everything being real calm before you start. And that first kickoff, man, the crowd just gets real quiet. And soon you kick it, boom, and everybody's cheering. The game begins.
That's great. It's a great memory. It's kind of almost the same as basketball, though. You know, you're still putting all your gear on, but just not as bulky and big.
Yeah, with basketball, it's a little tougher to get that same feeling, but I guess you gotta find it in certain things. So for me here, it's like with dunks. The feeling I get behind dunks, kind of the same as you get behind a touchdown or a big hit of football.
That's great. Let's see. So you decided to play basketball kind of out of high school, right? That's when that started for you, the transition and everything. How did Wyoming State find you?
Well, I mean, senior year I did try for basketball in high school. I just got cut, so I guess it doesn't count. But I guess Wyoming kind of found me just because when I was at Cloud, somehow I impressed them. I don't know if it was my energy, my effort, or just the fact that I was somewhat athletic at the time. But whatever I did, it impressed them, and they came out. They sent the whole team.
I actually found a YouTube video where head coach Larry Shyatt made a comment that you not playing for so long was an advantage. That they could mold you because you really had great attributes, which I thought that was, very nice of him to say.
Yeah, he used to tell me that all the time because he said the way he described it was a lot of guys play basketball for so long and get tainted. He would always say guys are tainted because they're told by all these coaches that they're the best thing walking, and then they end up being uncoachable. So when he would tell me I was a raw talent, I could mold like a piece of clay, because I hadn't been really coached before. I had one previous basketball coach, and he was saying whatever he taught me, he could teach me a lesson behind everything instead of somebody who's been through it all, and then you tell him something like, well, my last coach said this. So with that, he kind of just worked with that because he kind of used it in different ways, which I'm very thankful for now, because he would say stuff like, I could be the fastest guy out there. And usually when a guy is 6'9", you don't tell him he'll be the fastest guy out there, but that's what he would tell me. It's like, if you're conditioned, you'll be the fastest guy out there. So in that summer, I would just run back and forth, get on the bicycle, run until I couldn't run anymore. And then he got my conditioning where I'm just as fast as guards now, and it's becoming an advantage for me. With the basketball mindset, he would tell me, if you're not bigger than a guy, be faster. If you're not faster than a guy, be bigger than him. He would always tell me to use my strengths to attack other players' weaknesses. So he would just mold me into the player he wanted me to be. And my junior college coach did that too, but he just didn't have enough time.
Got it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, one interesting thing about you is that you double majored in social science and psychology. Where, why did you choose both of those majors, and where do you see that going in the future, maybe after basketball?
Well, I mean, I can't take full credit for it. I mean, I just wanted to be a psych major, but when I got to Wyoming, I was so far ahead of the credits from junior college that I didn't have enough credits per semester. I mean, like, I couldn't take enough credits per psychology per semester to just be in that one. Because, you know, with basketball, you have to take a certain amount of credits. So my advisor at the time was telling me I got to think of something else to take. And I couldn't think of one thing, but I knew I loved psychology and I knew I loved working with kids and stuff like that. So they were saying take social science, which is you can take 4 other majors and kind of work with each of them within that major. So that's how the social sciences came about. And then I guess I've always done psychology, so what I want to do in the future is definitely work with a group of kids. I've told people before that they feel like maybe start with a small group and then go from there, but there's just so many kids who are underprivileged, who are how I was, where like they know what they want to do in life, they have nobody pushing them to do that. You have our generation now where it's like, if someone isn't ready right then, people tell them they're never going to be ready. These are like 8, 9-year-olds are telling us to. So I would love to take a group of kids and enjoy the process, who enjoy learning new things, take them maybe teaching things about basketball, football, other athletics, while also teaching that school is most important, because the greatest athlete can't play college basketball without a great education. And it's like, I want to teach these kids this because I know that I should have been taught this earlier. I know that my brother should have been taught this earlier, but no one was really breaking it down to it.
That's amazing. Oh gosh, I know you'll do great things in the future. That's awesome. What do you want people to remember you for later in life? What do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy? I want my legacy to say that I always had a great smile and that I taught people something no matter who they were. I want people to always think of me like, I love being around that guy. Like, he was an inspiration to me. He was very positive. He was never negative to anyone. If my legacy can say that I taught people, I inspired people, and I made people happy, I'll have a great life.
What an amazing story. That's so great. Okay, well, fans out there, make sure to follow Derek Cooke Jr. on all of his social media, and we will be right back for Off the Court. Welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we got a chance to sit down with Derek Cooke Jr. and hear his interesting story to the start of his basketball career. This past Wednesday, the Bakersfield Jam staff and players helped out the North Bakersfield Rotary Club in their annual Thanksgiving box giveaway. Everybody assembled traditional Thanksgiving dinner boxes to give out to families in need. Let's check out this video on how the event went.
So I live my life, I live my life, I live my life on you. I live my life, I live my life, I live my life on you.
We do this every year for the families out here in Bakersfield, and actually every year I get a joy out of it because, I mean, some people need food, need help, and I'm just happy that we can help and assist in this. And actually, I find joy, even though it's early in the morning. I'm okay with doing this stuff because I feel like it's going to a good cause.
It means obviously family, being able to just share in a meal and be thankful for what we have and feel fortunate for that. So it's about being together with people that you love and care for.
Yeah, it's great to be out here this morning. It really means a lot to us as a team to be able to help this community and share in the Thanksgiving tradition of passing out turkeys and these food baskets to people in need. For me personally, it's awesome. It's great to be here in Bakersfield. I can see how much we mean to the community and at the same time how much the community means to us. And we couldn't be happier. It's also great to get a win last night, but spirits are high this morning and we're really having a good time out here.
Really a pleasure to be here and give back my time. I've been blessed in my career, so it's always important for me to be able to give back to some people that are less fortunate. Thanksgiving is such a wonderful time of the year for families being together, so it's an honor for me to be able to help give people some food so that they can enjoy this time together.
Well, to be out here means a lot. Being from the city, I'm from Dallas, we have a lot of people who are in need. and I do this all the time when I'm at home, so it means a lot to be able to do it here in the city that I play in. And Thanksgiving means a lot to me. I haven't really got to spend much time with my family over the past couple of years in Thanksgiving, being a professional basketball player, but being in the States now and being able to spend Thanksgiving with people and to make other people's Thanksgiving better means a lot.
Thank you to all those who stopped by this afternoon. And don't forget to follow Bakersfield Jam and Jam player Derek Cooke Jr. on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm your host, Renelle Geyser, signing off from the Dignity Health Event Center, and thank you again for stopping by.
So hey,